help a big man's game to hit those free throws. It keeps the defense from getting too aggressive.
Brunson misses.
Analytics already don't favor the mid-range jumper, let alone against exceptional defense.
Knocks down the triple. Nowitzki's got 16 points.
This defense is getting spaced out. 3 of the last 5 buckets have come from way beyond the arc.
Stripped away. It's Markkanen on the wing. Here's West. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window. West has got his second basket of the night.
You can't help but look toward their defense. They're totally lost.
Well, everything's coming too easily. At some point defensively, you have to take something away.
They haven't looked like themselves the last few possessions.
They haven't. This is when they really need to be patient and get a clean look.
For 3, Gordon. On target from range. Gordon's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Well, you can't let Gordon have room from outside. I mean, he's more than capable of knocking down those perimeter shots.
That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
These are his first free throws of the game.
Well, you know, you think about somebody who has flourished as a sidekick. That's Aaron Gordon. He's really found himself as a player the last few years. Of course, he's now an NBA champion. That certainly has to help his confidence.
Jerry West.
And the basket by West.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
And slammed that thing through.
A nasty two-hander.
Max Force throwdown.
The first quarter concludes, and a double-digit lead on the scoreboard. Toronto
32.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. All right, what stands out to you from Toronto in this one?
It's simple. Offensively, they limited their turnovers. Defensively, they forced turnovers.
Yeah, I like the way they forced a ton of turnovers and then took advantage of those turnovers with opportunistic baskets.
Here's Malone. And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
Showing off the power right there. Karl Malone does not mess around down low.
Look, talk about guys who have springs for feet. Aaron Gordon's one of them.
Yeah, when people think of Aaron Gordon, I think they attach him to the dunk contest. I mean, he's so uber athletic. I mean, he put on a few amazing performances in that event in the past. But to the surprise of many, he actually didn't win the dunk contest, but he's become a really good all-around player.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Thank you, Brian. Lauri Markkanen is a 7-footer with touch, but he can also attack off the dribble. Referencing comparisons to Dirk Nowitzki, he said, quote, "When someone hits a fadeaway jumper, they say, that's the Dirk. Maybe someday I'll get the drag step to be called the Lauri." Back to you guys.
That's a sweet move, too. All right, Allie, thanks for the report. Well, few descriptions more glowing than saying a player is clutch. What, in your opinion, Grant, enables a player to be that way?
You know, B.A., it's about confidence and command. When you're able to process and execute under the pressure, both internal and external, that's when you have a chance to be clutch.
Pass to Ginobili. From outside the arc. Barnes with the rebound. Here's Brunson. No good there. That would have cut it to single digits. To the wing on the left. They get the rebound. Nowitzki. That is now his 7th field goal in 10 attempts. Impressive.
Really imperative that you put a body on Nowitzki. I mean, he's just too big and talented close to the rim.
Out of bounds. It'll be Toronto's ball.
Yeah, just couldn't make the connection, but you appreciate their attempt at moving the ball.
Toronto leading by 12. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Hits the trifecta. Nowitzki's got 24 points.
He's getting it done offensively, making winning plays at every turn.
Hardaway into the lane.
Got a question for you. How do you guard Penny Hardaway? He's long, he's athletic, he's smart, he's got great vision, excellent ball handling skills. Simply a matchup nightmare.
Hardaway hits them both.
They've scored really well this quarter. Keep it up, and they'll find themselves right back in it.
And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Pass to Nowitzki. Here's Marion. 6 to shoot. Here's Ginobili. Three-pointer, no good.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Out of bounds. It'll be Toronto's ball.
Ball goes to Toronto.
Toronto leading by 13. And there's the screen. Pass to Nowitzki. To the paint. Toronto passing it around. Now here's Gordon. And Gordon with the big finish.
You know, it's clear that Gordon is one of the best dunkers in the game, always looking to bring the thunder.
Lets it go from deep. Nowitzki, that one's good.
3 points.
He's got 27.
Ooh, this guy is as hot as they come from distance. Defensively, you almost have to pick him up once he crosses half court.
To the inside. And he dunks it. What a pass to set him up.
Putting some real power behind that throwdown. What a jam by Marion.
Pass to Malone. Back to Brunson. Just 5 to shoot. Inside. Hey, how's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
And though he has a scorer's mindset, Brunson willing to make the next pass.
A minute 50 left in the first half. And he jams it home with authority.
And staring at a sizable deficit, the defense has to tighten up.
And if it doesn't, this is only going to get uglier. I mean, that's no way to defend a player of his caliber.
Pass to West. Wing shot on the way. Takes a big high bounce and goes in. West has got 8.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on him.
Out to Gordon. Pass to Hardaway. Screen by Gordon. Takes a 3. Rebounded by Marion.
Defense dodged the bullet that time. Total breakdown.
Puts up a 3. The rebound by Malone. And a big issue for them, turnovers.
Yeah, you just can't give away possessions in this league.
And that one's good, Brunson.
When he gets near the basket, Brunson can do some major damage.
Pass to Nowitzki. 4-3. Good work defensively by Gordon. Here's Malone. The kick out to Brunson. Now here's Barnes. Basket is good. Off the assist from Brunson. He's got 5.
You can't give Barnes even a second because that's when he strikes and hurts you. A master at the catch and shoot, Jay.
It's stolen by Barnes. And that concludes the first half. Toronto out in front. They lead by 13. And we'll be right back after halftime to get the third quarter underway. And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it's been a runaway. Outside Brunson. Off the mark there with a 3.
He is just so deadly from out there. You expect that to fall.
And you know, at 7 feet tall, Nowitzki sees over defenders and knows exactly when to make the pass.
And it's Hardaway on the take. Here's Malone. Oh, and a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
Doesn't believe in soft finishes. The big fella's all about power.
Pass to Marion. To the middle. Nowitzki.
Nowitzki.
Oh, and they immediately answer back with a dunk on the other end.
Such a versatile offensive weapon. Nowitzki has tons of places where he can get it in the basket from.
A great move. I mean, the defense has no response.
Yeah, if that's a harbinger of things to come, he's looking at having a very big second half.
To the paint. Here's Nowitzki. Good work defensively by Gordon. Not sure why he committed the intentional foul. No purpose.
I think everyone's a little confused, but weird plays happen. I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
Yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
And that one is stuffed right through.
You'd love to see it. The dirt dunk. He's not going to jump out of the gym. But he's not afraid to throw it down when the chance presents itself.
Outside Brunson. From deep. Offensive rebound. It's Barnes on the wing. And it's going to be a 3-second call.
That's a costly error. Let's see how they bounce back.
Well, you know what? Their wounds are self-inflicted. I mean, you've got to play much smarter than that.
Toronto leading by 15. Pass to Markkanen. There's the three. Nails it from 3. Markkanen's got 6 points.
They're on fire right now, shooting 80% to start the second half.
Outside Barnes. For 3. Rebound Toronto.
I think adrenaline was a factor there. He wanted to hit that answer 3 so badly.
They set the pick. Here's Ginobili. Still without a bucket. Just 5 on the clock. Down low. And the pass goes out of bounds. They'll turn it over.
Look, the intentions were good. I like the unselfishness, but the execution, a lot to be desired.
Pass to Malone. Kicks it out to Hardaway. 3-pointer. He drops it from range. 10 points for him.
When Hardaway is feeling it at the arc, look out. He can be very dangerous from that spot.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, Commissioner Silver talked about health, and he said that some of the injuries that our young players are experiencing are overuse injuries. In earlier eras, players in school participated in different sports depending on the season. He said perhaps a return to that approach is warranted. Back to you guys.
Interesting thought. Okay, Allie, thanks a lot. Timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy.
Yeah, coach no doubt wants to use this timeout to review the matchups and maybe make some adjustments as well.
And I agree. I think there's going to be a new wrinkle in their game plan when they come out of this timeout.
Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have passed. The kick out to Brunson. Let's go with a 3. The rebound by Nowitzki.
His lack of offense is certainly not helping. Tough to overcome that.
And it's Hardaway on the take. Here's Brunson outside. Ooh, Brunson, the sweet lefty stroke.
And you can't forget to guard these corner spots, or guys like Brunson will hurt you.
To the inside. Marion. Off with the layup. Johnson on the wing. Outside Brunson. Back to Johnson. Jacks up a 3. Gets the 3 ball to go. Johnson's gotten himself going with a triple. His first basket of the game.
They're doing the job on both ends, getting stops and attacking offensively.
You know, it's taken a big run, but they were able to get back into this one. Very impressive. No quitting these guys.
Kicks it out to Hardaway. The 3 is up. The rebound by Markkanen. Toronto leading by 9. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Markkanen.
That was just a bad pass. There's no other way to describe it. It happened, but that was bad.
Timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. Coach probably just checking to make sure everybody's on the same page here. We've got 1:13 left in the third quarter. Gordon outside. Ooh, too long in the paint. And he's hit with a 3-second violation. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for Toronto.
Yeah, what stood out to me was their passing. They moved the ball effortlessly and have been able to find those holes in the defense.
And I've also noticed how opportunistic they've been off turnover, doing a really good job taking advantage of the opponent's mistakes. Well, you know, this is what you like about him as a facilitator. He hits his man where he can do something with the rock.
Inside. And they're on the break. Here's Gordon. Rebound Toronto. They led by as many as 18. 34 seconds left in the third quarter. Pass to Mathurin. Now Şengün. Clock at 6. To the paint. Here's Garland. Good, and the assist goes to Şengün. Garland's gotten his first basket of the night.
It's obvious they've taken fewer threes here in the second half and are focused on having a more balanced offensive attack.
Boy, that foul looked intentional. Not exactly what you'd expect here.
Yeah, I know. It just doesn't make sense given the situation.
And Gordon with the big finish.
Strong finish to cut into that lead a little.
Man, left no doubt with that one, Grant.
Well, I tell you what, he loaded up as much power as he could behind that two-hander.
And so it's Toronto, leading by
50 seconds.
3 tense quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we get ready for the fourth. Toronto leading by 6. Here's West. The rebound by Malone. Brunson with it. Oh, it's stolen away. In transition, here they come. Ginobili gets the bucket. Ginobili's gotten himself on the board with a 3 there.
At the arc, you know, Manu seems so relaxed and always ready to go. Great confidence in his game.
And the officials will call the illegal screen here.
And in the last 2 possessions, they've painted a picture of what not to do. Just way too loose with the basketball.
Pass to Marion. It's Markkanen on the wing. It's stolen by Barnes. Fantastic work down low from the crafty Brunson.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. You know, that's why they continue to get attacked.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness. If they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Clutch buckets. He's paving the way as they hit the home stretch. They've now had assists on each of their last 3 buckets.
To the middle. Kicks it out to Markkanen. There's the triple. The rebound by Malone. Here's Barnes. Oh, and a vicious dunk by Barnes.
Nice seeing Barnes go for that dunk. Always looking to finish with power at the rim. That's how you're supposed to do it.
Pass to West. Here's Nowitzki. Defended by Gordon. Here's the break. And here's Brunson from the arc. That's it. Coming off an assist from Barnes. Brunson's got 9 points here in the second half.
Boy, there's Brunson again with that quick release. Always ready to fire.
West misses.
No matter how good you are, it's tough with the defender draped all over.
Pass to Malone. Out to Gordon. To take the lead. Ooh, making his presence felt here. He's now 6 for 9 in this game.
They fought so hard to get themselves in a position to win this game.
Extremely impressive was the rally they made. I mean, we'll see how much their comeback might have taken out of them, and we'll see if they can keep that foot on the pedal now.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at it.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
And they go to the intentional foul. And Darko Rajakovic has called a timeout. He clearly wants to talk it over and make sure everyone is focused. Some changes for Toronto. A moment to hear from Ali LaForce.
I was able to listen in on what Darko Rajakovic was going over with his team. He applauded their shooting and their shot selection, saying, "We're taking the right threes, not forcing anything. Keep doing that, and they'll continue to fall." Makes the game easy, doesn't it?
Okay, good stuff. Thank you, Ali. Here's Barnes. Left side, Hardaway. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Now Barnes. Shoots a 3. Oh, he cannot hit.
And that's a strong closeout defensively. Great effort to deter the shot.
Boy, Jerry West's shooting mechanics, flawless. I mean, the way he squares up, elbow tucked in under the ball, the follow through, a very repeatable, efficient motion. The more his team needs from him, the more Gordon steps up and delivers. He's always ready to go big in the clutch.
Oh, no good on the layup. Picked his pocket. Here's Ginobili.
Remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Oh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now. Jalen Brunson picks one up.
Boy, the energy Ginobili plays with is actually unbelievable. He's a whirling dervish out there who is always doing something borderline spectacular.
.149 left in the 4th quarter. Outside Gordon. Ooh, using 2 hands to power it down.
Fantastic execution in a tight spot. Gordon capitalizing in the big moment for his team.
Here's West. Marketed. It's tipped. Knocked away. And that goes out of bounds. Now keep possession. Now Brunson. 1:11 left in the 4th. Gordon. Yes, sir! The finish with the jam.
Easy to see why Gordon has the ball in these moments. He's phenomenal at coming up big.
Oh, what a jam! Holding nothing back.
Great to see guys who don't back down under pressure.
Cool, calm, collected, and confident in the biggest moment of the game.
Yes.
Third personal foul. Second team foul.
That one's in there.
Big time points from Penny. They needed a hoop, and like the leader he is, Hardaway delivered.
Here's Marion. Shot clock at 6. And Darko Rajakovic has called a timeout. And coach didn't want to take any chances in this situation, which is why he called the TO. He shoots. Gordon pulls it down. And here's Brunson. Outside Gordon. Now Brunson to take the lead. Time expires. We're going to overtime. And we'll be back right after this. And now we get set for overtime in what has been a stirring contest. Here's West. Takes a three. It's off.
You gotta love how they've been crashing the boards, fighting hard for every miss.
I certainly do. You know, I like to see guys do their work inside. Their rebounding has been excellent, and that's always important in a close game.
Now here's Hardaway. It's picked off.
That was just incredible instincts defensively. He saw the ball coming back out and made the play.
Here's Gordon. Outside Brunson to take the lead. The triple drops.
That polished jump shot of Brunson's is really a key part of why he's so effective as an offensive player.
Here he goes.
2 minutes remaining.
And stolen by Hardaway. And they're pushing it up. Oh, ho, ho. That's a man on a mission right there.
Boy, that big reach of Malone, so effective on the glass, helping him to get to the loose ball so he can throw it back in the hole.
Marking it outside. Jacks up a three. Cash from downtown.
They're going at it on offense. Neither team backing down.
Hey, defense is taking a back burner, secondary on the marquee, but who doesn't love a game like this? Let's go. I like offense.
Here's West. Beyond the arc. Oh, it doesn't go.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Hey, even guys at his skill level will miss those from time to time. But it doesn't happen often.
Now Brunson. Oh, deflected. And the ball ends up out of bounds. And they'll keep possession.
Great read to get a hand in there and disrupt the play.
And, you know, even though they didn't come up with the steal, that's still a nice defensive play.
Shot clock at 5. Another steal. Here's the break. Oh, they get a hand on it. And stolen by Hardaway. Here's Gordon.
Personal foul. Second team foul.
There's the steal.
Nice defense, reading the play, using some quick hands to take it away. In a game this tight and this late, that level of defense is money.
And how about the finish there? The rise up for the slam. That might put this game out of reach.
Well, you know, it certainly swings the energy and the momentum in one team's favor. That's basically a 4 or 5 point swing, which is huge.
Oh, he jams it right back at him.
He put a little flair on that one.
Yes, he did. Man, he's a strong finisher, huh?
Not when he can throw it down like that. Boom!
And timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. There is a lot on the line, and he is determined to make sure everyone's on the same page. And looking at the options here, what do you think is being discussed?
I think this has to be a lob close enough to the basket so you can tip it in. No time for a catch and shoot.
Substitution on the court.
And so they get the victory here at home. They escape with the W, even though they needed a few extra minutes to pull it off.
And